And here I am done with the face up now, and I'm going to unwrap him from his plastic burrito. And yes, I do recycle, so you don't have to worry about that. In our areas, plastic bags can be recycled, so. And here I'm just pulling off his hair wrap. And yes, I did get a little bit of MSC right on the very edge, but that's kind of expected. So now I'm going to actually do some flocking. So I wanted to do this in steps, but then I just went to heck with it and just did the whole head in tacky glue. So here it is, and now I'm just going to varnish his lips. And now that the glue has dried, and yes, I'm doing this seriously within minutes of each other. I'm not waiting too long to do it. So the flocking is drying right now as I'm doing his lips. And I am going to take a very stiff brush, one of the ones that actually had glue or gloss on it that I didn't quite wash all the way. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to brush off most of the flocking that comes off without being glued. So this didn't take too long. As you can see, I'm scraping actually pretty hard. Again, I just did this. It only took a few minutes to dry because the coverage was very, very good. So yeah, I think it turned out really well. I mean, I really like his sideburns, and any imperfections in his ears to his actual sculpt to the doll body actually was hidden very well with this, and I'm pretty impressed by it too. So yeah, so here I am just cleaning up the face a little bit more and along the hairline as well, so I don't want flaky hair to be falling off everywhere when I take pictures. So here we are, and you can see the sideburns are super, super cute. I really love it. And he does have holes in his ears because I do give him piercings, so I give him some earrings in a little bit. I do glue them to keep them in place just because I only made one side. So here he is all laid out with all his accessories, and we have some shoes and some arm bracers. I do have a scarf, which I don't use, and he's got a bola, which is a weapon. He's got his food and a sleeping bag. And here's the thing, this part right here on the backpack doesn't go so well. I accidentally messed up and I put it on before the vest right here. So I had to take it off and it popped out, so I had to sew something else. But it turned out well. It turned out to be a good thing. And here's his little sandals. So, and his little arm bracers that have been kind of, all his stuff's been basically, you call it like antiquing, where you make it to look old and worn. But here he is with his earrings, and again, not glossed eyes yet. Here's his hair. And you can see it's kind of, I tried to braid it and kind of put it back into a style. So, and his pants are a faux snake like leather. So yeah, and there's his mustache, which was a mistake, and his soul patch. So I really like the adornments as well. So we're gonna just get him dressed here. The shirt and everything, all his clothes, all his accessories, everything was handmade, just because the Gelflings actually do hand make all their things, and I wanted the look to be that way. I didn't want it to be machine sewn at all, because it just wouldn't have looked natural in the way that you would hand sew things. So here I am, I'm just putting these on. Yes, they did take forever. And they're just gonna hang loose, just like any kind of, see, this is where I messed up. So I had to take it off and it messed up, and so I had to redo the backpack design just a little bit where it will attach to him. So, and then I think it turned out pretty well actually. So here I am just putting on his fizz gig jacket, and then we're gonna put on his actual, this is where I fixed it, his backpack. I don't use his scarf just because it seemed a bit bulky in the end, so I just didn't do that. So, but the Sprighton clan were a family-oriented clan with a generational knowledge of the land and all the agricultural secrets it held. Sprighton's were mostly pacifists, but had occasional spats with the Stonewood clan. They did compete for resources, but ultimately ended up trading with them due to the darkening. They were also known as the Stitchers and imbued magic into all their crafts. They also enjoyed hunting and riding when not planting and tending the crops. Sprighton's also liked to play knock-knee, which was basically polo, but with landstriders. And if you've seen Dark Crystal, you know what a landstrider looks like. It's like this really stubby looking sloth giraffe thing, which is kind of cool. They're really cute. I was thinking maybe at the end of this series, if I still had time and energy to want to do anything with the Gelfling series, then I would actually make one as an art doll and they could ride it. But I'm not sure yet. So we'll have to see. And as you can see, I am actually tying a little knot in the top, and it's very easy to get undone. And I believe he will be done mostly. I did have to do double-sided tape on his feet to get his sandals to stay on because they just kept falling right off. So I really, really enjoyed making him. I did hand stitch his sigil of his clan on his shirt. It wasn't too bad, but I'm not a very good hand sewer, so yeah. So we're just gonna put on his shoes and then I think he will be done. Yep, they keep falling off. But that's okay. So I did write a little story for him, and the other Gelflings will have a story as well. So stay tuned for the little story that I have for Mastihl. As for Mastihl, or Tilly as his friends called him, he was a very chill bloke. His demeanor could be taken as he didn't care, but in essence, he is so in tune with Thra that he is just loving and enjoying life. He is very passive, but he does know how to fight, to plant, to ride, and carries his family's heirloom of a simple walking stick with the clan symbol crudely carved into it by his ancestors. How he got his fur vest was that a hurt Fizzgig ran across Mastihl in the fields one day, but alas, he could not help the poor creature, but promised to take him on one last adventure. Mastihl crafted the vest in honor of the Fizzgig, and in turn gave him new life. All he needed now was an adventure to keep his promise.